kindly somewhat agree to be our scribe this evening?
Yeah. I have to do roll call.
Yes.
Okay, roll call, Chairman Sumner,
Here?
Cruzy.
Here.
Cruz, Hardy, I'm here.
Yep. I think that our agenda's pretty short this evening.
Yep.
I think everyone's probably at least glanced at it.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
In the previous minutes, that was a public hearing.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes as
I
presented.
would support that. Okay. I don't believe there's any correspondence. Anybody have any new business other than agenda? Okay. Old business, we're still there at sheds. And that's why we're here. I did get ahold of the building department just to see what was kosher or not kosher with the building department. They require a permit for anything over 200 square feet. If it is one story and non-attached, that's the building department's definition of a shed. 200 square feet or under, one story, unattached to the main dwelling. So, what that means to us, I don't know if it's important or not, but anything above 200 square feet, there's got to be obviously a building permit. So, and I believe if it's attached to the house, if it's under 200 square feet, then I believe the building permit's required also.
I think anytime it's attached.
But I think tonight, we're just specifically talking about non-attached sheds. Yep. Okay. And Ken got a copy of some other zoning, I believe.
I personally like this one from as well. I really do.
I don't know.
23, isn't it? No,
I'm not sure.
I believe.
Well, thoughts and or comments would be welcome.
Yeah, I do too. It's simple, to the point.
One thing I was wondering about sheds and or outbuildings, where you want to call it, is there a height? I mean, according to the building department, there's a height issue. If it's above one story, then if you regardless if it's under 200 square feet, it still requires a building permit. But I don't know, do we have a height limitation on fences?
On fences,
I don't believe there is.
only if
is
it
there?
gets out close to the street. Then it's true. I think it's 6 foot. I think it's 4 foot on water.
I guess the only reason I would ask is, I think maybe there should be something in there about single story.
On the shed, I do.
Yes.
But with a single story, we should probably truly put a height on it, or somebody will say they're 20-foot building is one story. So we just put a height to the ridge if we want to.
Again,
maximum
we're talking
height.
about something 200 square feet or less. So
Yes.
that's all we're limiting this to. It's not about detached garages.
Well, this one
Or-
allows one over 200, because this one addresses detached garages too. accessory structures are allowed two, one
One,
can
two
be
or
over
less
200 square
than-
feet,
That requires a zoning permit from the village though here, correct?
if it's over 200 square feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all require zoning permit. They have to apply with zoning.
But even a shed, they don't
Under
have, they don't
200
have to
feet. No, but they have to comply with
comply.
all setback
Right.
requirements.
So again, I mean, do we need to really put anything, if, in our comments about, over and above 200 square feet?
I mean, if it's
I think
already,
our definition of a shed or outbuilding or whatever we're gonna call this is 200 square feet or less, correct?
Well, no, right now we don't have it.
No, but I mean, is that what we're talking about
I
here?
don't know that we're going to, if we are, then we have to define it as a shed, right?
Mhm.
So we just do them all as accessory structures.
Well, accessory structure would be,
But right now, accessory structure is garage, detached garage. So if we limit that to under 200,
well, again, I think we need to, our focus right now is on that 200 square feet or less.
yeah.
right,
Which is, this one,
Because
this one
there's
kind of,
no, there's
this
no
one limits,
permits required.
this
or-
limits it to one. It allows them to have two accessory structures. Only one can be greater than 200 square feet. They could have two little ones, not too big ones.
Right.
So you could have a detached garage and
Well,
a
I'm at a disadvantage, I had the zoning thing. of-
storage shed. No, because right now we find it as accessory structure, and that's about all we deal with shed as accessory structure, which is what this one does, but it kind of does it by limiting it to two.
yeah.
And
But that, does that include anything above 200 square feet?
you're allowed one.
One
You're allowed
above,
two,
one above and one below, or two of each, right?
we limit people to two accessory structures used for storage purposes. One may be greater than 200 square feet, meaning you could have two small sheds or a small shed and detached garage. And then on lakefront property, only one, not more than one accessory structure may be permitted within 35 feet of the ordinary high water mark.
I like that part.
So I like it. I
Yeah.
really do. And then they also go on to, they don't describe the development, number, and proliferation of accessory structures not used for storage, such as gazebos, pergolas, tennis courts, playhouses, and play structures, shall be limited to not more than two per parcel.
Well, in my opinion, there needs to be a limit on accessory structures, period. And I'm not saying Isabella, or Lake Isabella has all the answers, but I've looked at a couple, I think you researched this
Mhm.
earlier, months ago,
Mhm.
and the one, that one makes the most sense to me. I'm not about plagiarism, but
But
that's really, I,
for most
in
users.
my opinion, that's what we need to put in front of the village council. Did you get, you got a copy, right?
Yes.
I like that, yeah, I agree.
We've had public comment or, and or lack of, but,
Yeah.
I think we need to move forward to this and
Send it.
send it to the council.
So here again. See, what, the way I'm reading this too, which I kind of like to, they're allowing two storage structures, but they would also allow you to put up a gazebo.
And or,
You know, which would make sense, 'cause
Well,
we don't want to get
gazebo's
into,
not an accessory
that's what they're
building.
saying, it's not used for storage, so you
Indoor
could truly have a
playhouse.
detached garage, a garden storage shed, and you could still build a nice playhouse for your kids,
Mhm.
which I think is kind of what we
I
want.
think it's-
So you could have a gazebo and a little play structure, and then they're saying you can't have a storage shed, and that's not what we want to tell people.
No,
Because
no,
they
no.
have completely different looks. So
Right.
I really, I like,
yeah, I like it
honestly
too.
like everything about that, I know it's probably not perfect, but it's, like I said, it's also
It's-
not written in
So
stone.
we just take a glance.
Yeah.
For sure. It says it's here, but not
Yes,
limited to
they're limited to
gazebos.
one, and then they,
Um,
I see, they define that one as accessory structures used for storage.
Yeah.
And then they go further
Further
down
down
into
here.
section 2,
yeah.
not used for storage.
Gazebos, tennis courts, playhouses, and play structures.
Mhm.
Shall
The
be
only
limited
thing
to
would
no
be
more
the-
than two per parcel.
Waterfront properties, they're gonna limit one storage structure. That means either a detached garage or a shed.
Yes.
Put that in.
I don't mind that, within 35 feet. Not, it's just within 35 feet. of the
35
lake.
feet of the
You
water.
can have two.
You can
No,
still-
it just says waterfront properties.
Properties, we are limited to one story
This is
structure
just
that,
his-
For waterfront properties, we limit to one storage
But then we-
structure.
I heard him say within 35 feet.
yeah, from the waterfront properties limited to one story
One
structure.
accessory structure may be permitted for any parcel. Okay. Okay, I'm reading that way. I thought it said that within 35 feet of the water, it says any.
No,
Any parcel.
Any waterfront
Or one
property.
Accessory structure may be permitted for any parcel located 35 feet of the water, any lake or river.
any parcel located within 35 feet.
Inside.
So what it's saying is, one, you can have one at 35 feet.
Well, that's what I was reading it as, but that's truly not what they're saying. Such accessory structure may be permitted.
That's the only thing we need to maybe look at is the waterfront thing. If we're gonna copy this verbatim.
We could change that one, but, you know, you could allow two, but only one near, 35 feet near the water.
What if you have one of them that has a boathouse?
Well, anything that's there already is grandfathered in. That Nobody's gonna have to tear out any existing buildings, or that's not what we're trying to do, accomplish here, but,
Well, I saw that, because a lot of them do,
Yeah,
do make
right.
boathouses.
yep.
How could we do change that? Put, you could allow one near the water and one over the, yeah, but some of the lots are right on the water.
What they're saying is they're limiting it to one storage structure for waterfront.
Mm-hmm.
We want to change that.
My opinion is I would strike that from the paragraph, but you guys,
Take that right out. and
so,
just-
well, it's up, I mean, your guys' opinion.
It wouldn't bother me if we limited how many feet it had to be away from the water, like only one could be within 50 feet of the water. So they can have another one on their back lot, but we're truly not cluttering the lakefront, that is what they're trying to get away from.
So, yeah, put 150 feet
So
near the
if-
water
if-
and
if-
one,
If no more than one of your accessory structures can be within 50 feet of the waterfront. I think that's their intent there, of course, their bills looks a lot different than ours. But like, if you have a lot that's a deep lot, say an intermediate, I don't see a reason that person couldn't be able to
So you're
have
saying-
one on the backside of his lot, and
Yeah.
I think
So you're
truly
saying not more than one,
located within 50 feet of the water frontage. Or 35, whatever it is, you know, so if they want a little shed down there for their beach toys and stuff, but I can
Yeah.
So
truly
put
see
it
why some
here.
people wouldn't wanna see the waterfront all
And that-
cluttered up with two sheds.
so
all
how
over.
do
for
you
waterfront
rate that?
properties, we limit to one storage structure within,
within,
May be permitted. Not more than one accessory structure may be permitted within 35 feet.
located within 35 feet
of high water mark.
of high water mark.
One accessory structure may be permitted, we just change this to within. Yeah, just take that out.
Yeah,
Not more than one such accessory structure may be permitted within 35 feet of the ordinary high water mark of any lake or river.
Yeah.
That,
And then that still gives them two.
they can have two, just one.
One can only
and
be,
then on the paragraph A, we strike that.
That's where we changed this to
Oh, I'm
say,
sorry, I changed up there.
oh, we changed it, not more than one
Same
accessory
difference,
structure may be permitted within, we just took this out.
Okay,
Not more than one accessory structure, well, I think permitted should stay.
I got.
Not more than one such accessory structure may be permitted
okay.
within 35 feet of the ordinary high
And
water
then
mark.
strike,
That isn't really, this is just his definition of it.
oh, I'm sorry, that's
See what
not
I mean?
part of it. I
No.
got you.
That was
Okay,
just him
Okay.
explaining it, that was what it was.
I got you. I like it, it's simple,
And then-
it's short and sweet.
That wouldn't affect the houses with the creek on their property, would it?
What creek?
Well, the creek that goes through town, like
No,
across
crossing
the
school, river, I wouldn't consider the creek a river. I mean, I just,
I live on a creek and the pond.
Yeah, those one.
Or we can just say of any lake.
We want,
Look at
I
two,
mean, not
take
the
river
three
right out.
that live,
Got the
any
river.
Oh, we got the
mammals,
river, we better leave it.
everything.
Yeah, I forgot that, we have an immediate river.
And it allows, and it says right here, it still allows with the gazebo and the tennis court. and lighthouses.
Tell me limited as. Somehow we have to make sure that they know they're permitted too, because here's the thing for all other non-water, you know what I mean?
For all their
Maybe it should just
non-water,
say for all
that's
parcels.
saying non-waterfront parcels, you can have two,
Mhm. But we're
provided
saying,
that, yeah.
but we're saying we're gonna let all parcels have two.
So all parcels,
So if we just scratch this, for all parcels two, and then
Yeah,
where he
yep,
does the water, right? So if we just
Okay,
make that
so-
say for all parcels,
for all parcels,
two,
two provided,
one be equal to or less than 200 square feet ground coverage, and then if you read part A, not more than one accessory structure may be permitted within 35 feet of the ordinary water of any lake or river. And then-
what if we switch, this goes here?
Yeah, well, so we should
And
switch
then
A
it's
and B,
going-
yes, yeah. It
And
just,
then
it
make
just
it
flows
quicker.
better, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, we make A, B, B, A,
yeah,
tells we're allowed, and then limits it on the waterfront property.
and then, because that'll explain what, everything, and then this will explain it too, what the
Restriction on the
waterfront.
waterfront.
Because then it would read better. If
Mhm.
you read the
I
first
thought
and
the
then,
same thing.
and like you read the,
no,
Just a little
I like
backwards.
that. I think it's fair, and I think it would work.
I do too, I think it's sweet.
and it'll also still have, and this will be the second.
And that will stay there,
And that's
absolutely. I think we got there.
I like it.
Okay.
Do we
I'll take
have to
that.
vote on it?
We probably should send it to the council.
Yeah,
I make a nomination that we present this to the council for approval.
I would support that. And Vicki, I think if you get that stuff to Maggie, she can put it into her, unless you want to, you're more than welcome, but, yeah.
Maggie will pick it up.
Yep, okay.
See my writing, Maggie.
It's better than
We're,
Okay. All in favor?
I'll
Aye.
figure it out. Motion carried.
Okay, I will take that to the council tomorrow night.
Okay.
Could you read off the main points of
Yes.
this, please?
What it's gonna say is, the main point is, they'll be allowed two, for all parcels two, provided that one be equal to or less than 200 square feet ground coverage. And then the other one's gonna be that not more than one accessory structure may be permitted within 35 feet of the ordinary high water mark of any lake or river.
Okay.
And then in the next part, it allows for, though, they define those above it, I'm sorry, as accessory structures used primarily for storage. And then part two of it is for accessory structures not used for storage, such as but not limited to gazebos, pergolas, tennis courts, playhouses, play structures. That shall be limited to not more than two also.
So you're gonna have two sheds and two play structures.
Yes. Good start.
Start, I think.
Thank you.
Anybody gonna see Maggie before me?
Um,
Will she be here tomorrow, you think?
do you
Or
want
they
her
are-
to have them, that scribbling?
No,
I don't-
I'll
I'll
take
give
it,
it to her if you want
no,
me to.
I'll take it home and type it.
Oh, okay.
If you want,
You
that'd
think
be
she's
great.
gonna read that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It might not come out the way you have it written.
You know my chicken
May not come out the way she got it written now when she redoes it, but.
Okay,
Okay, and I hope, just so Elma, I hope we can get more people together, downtown businesses and have
I
some
said we-
focus for the planning.
I say we
Well,
have
in the
an
village.
that will be on our next agenda.
Yep, we will talk
Okay,
much
so
more
do I
about
have
that.
to put that on this?
No.
Okay.
No, it's just a
So,
note, so I don't-
what do I put for next agenda?
You don't have to,
No, she'll make the agenda on that, we don't have to worry
you
about
don't have to bother with that. Trust that.
So, adjourn the meeting?
I second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting's adjourned.